So you get a silk or satin pillowcase. I have a silk and satin pillowcase. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Omalade Okayato and I focus on faith, travel and reviews. But in today's video it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to be giving some basic hair tips for hair growth. So this was a requested video. I went on Instagram and like I do sometimes, ask people for ideas on what they like to see more on YouTube. And I listen, of course. I'm not going to not listen and not do a content about hair. Come on. I haven't done hair content in a long time. It has been a while. I don't really focus on it anymore. However, I'm definitely going to focus on it today. So I've got my phone with me so that I don't waffle and I have my notes to help me. However, before I get into it, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you support a sister. I would really appreciate it. Now, I feel like a bit of a hypocrite because I've got braids. So you guys are not even getting a video of me with my natural hair, but there definitely has been growth and I am happy. I am very happy. You can see I'm still trying to keep on to these braids. However, I'm gonna try my best not to keep them too long because that is what causes breakage sometimes, guys. So I know my mark. I know when I'm stretching it and when it needs to come out. So I'm definitely not gonna pass that mark. Right, so guys, reduce the amount of heat you put on your hair. Heat. I'm an advocate of not putting too much heat on my hair. If I put too much heat, then you know, I'm causing problems. I'm definitely not going to gain the length retention that I want. However, when I do put heat on my hair, I am very, very careful. So I tend to do a protein treatment prior to putting heat on my hair. So I always do a protein treatment. I go in, I use Afro G. Yes, I use Afro G. I'm old school. If I'm not using that, then I'll use a protein moisturizing product on my hair. That's what I tend to do. So I tend to prep my hair before I'm going to add heat to my hair. Also, I have discovered this product. Yes, Bonnet. I never say it properly if I'm not saying it correctly, sorry. Which is the thermal heat protector. I tried it once when I was in Ghana, so my friend had one and they needed to blow dry my hair before I did the braids, and yeah, it looked really nice. She sprayed the heat protector, I was seeing some shining, you know, so I like the way it felt on my hair. So I'm going to try this out for a couple of months and see how that goes, which actually leads on to my next point, because I used to be a hair junkie, so I had to stop. I had to stop being a hair junkie and literally stick to similar lines, so similar hair brands on my hair. So the ones that I tend to use is As I Am, Camille Rose. Those are the main two brands that I use, and Meow. I don't venture out like that, so I'm very careful in the brands that I use and the type of products that I'm mixing, because before I'll be mixing so many different brands, but when I started to stick to the same lines, then I started to see a difference in my hair. Hence why I will also introduce products slowly. So if you're going to introduce a new product, introduce it slowly. So this is a new product that I'm introducing, so I'm introducing it slowly. I'm not going to now get another heat protector and another one and then start confusing myself, because I will be able to tell easily if a product works for my hair or not. Whereas before I was using so many products, so I couldn't tell, you know, which product was working for my hair or not. So when I started to filter down, then I was able to tell, oh, this shampoo dries out my hair. When I'm using this moisturizer, it's not really going into my hair, you know what I mean? It's not really moisturizing. So yes, definitely try not to use too many products. Try and stick to the same line, and whatever works for your hair, stick with it. That's what I'm doing. I know that these products are working for my hair and I'm sticking with it. Okay, I will assume that everybody sleeps with a bonnet now. Like, if you're not sleeping with a bonnet, then you need to start sleeping with a bonnet. So definitely sleep with a silk satin bonnet. I've had some like feedback saying that, oh, my bonnet comes off when I'm sleeping, you know, I'm a rough sleeper, and that's okay. I believe there's a solution for everything. So you get a silk or satin pillowcase. I have a silk and satin pillowcase. I'm just extra. I have a bonnet and my silk satin bonnet, and I also have silk and satin pillowcase. Though my bonnet doesn't really tend to come off when I'm sleeping, I'm not a rough sleeper. However, this really helped me with my edges, because sometimes my bonnet will kind of, you know, shift a bit back, you know. So at least I've got extra protection. I'm sorry, I'm pointing there because that's where my pillow is. At least I've got extra protection for my edges. But if so, for your hair as well, if you're not even a bonnet person, silk satin pillowcase, you're good to go. So definitely get one. I'll recommend that. And you have protective styling, because some of us here, we love our wigs, we love our braids, we love them. We love them. We can't get enough of it, and that is okay. However, underneath it, you need to be moisturizing. You need to be cleaning your scalp. You need to make sure that you are spraying that leave-in conditioner on your braids. You know, spray and just tap, tap, you know. Really important, guys. Really important to moisturize your hair when it's in protective styling. And if you can clarify your scalp, make sure you do so. I know some people do the whole, you know, wash routine with braids in. They do that. With me, I'm more of a 50-50. I do more of the apple cider, a bit of water, get a cotton bud, dip it in, and then dab my scalp. And that's my way of clarifying my scalp, and it works for me. And then I put a little bit of moisturizer oil, you know, lock in the moisture, whatever. That's kind of my way when I have protective hairstyling, when I have braids underneath my wig. So definitely do not neglect your hair when it's in protective hairstyling, because that's what we sometimes tend to do. Do not neglect your edges. When you're putting them edge control, make sure you're washing them out. You know what I mean? You know, that's something I started recently doing. I don't think I used to do that enough, but now I'm doing it. So we thank God, we thank God. Oh, and your edges. This is like my pain point in my hair growth journey all the time. I naturally have weak edges. I've always naturally had weak edges. I go through a vicious cycle with my edges. You know, I've just accepted my fate when it comes to that. But I know what I need to do when I'm losing my edges. I figured out ways to manage it so that it doesn't break as much. With your edges, make sure that it's not tight. That frontal that you have, make sure it's not pulling your hair, because I remember I had a frontal, I went bold, guys. It was too tight, but I should have just told the hairdresser to loosen it up, but I was just too excited and gassed because it actually looked amazing. But unfortunately, I was actually bald in my temples. So yeah, make sure that it's not too tight. Your glue as well, you know, when you're using your got2b glue or other glues, just make sure that you're washing that glue out, ensuring that it's also not touching your edges as well. So just really be careful and try and master your technique on how you put your glue around your forehead when you're trying to put that frontal on. Also, when you have like braids, when they're freshly done, be careful that you're not doing ponytail, you're not being excited. Allow it to loosen up a little bit before you start doing those kind of ponytails, wrap hairstyles with your braids. Be careful, because you're pulling tension in your edges as well. And make sure you moisturize, make sure you put in the leave-in conditioner, make sure you know, put in the oils, make sure you give, you know, your edges a little bit of massage as well before you go to bed, especially before you go to bed a couple of times a week. That will really help. Do not be afraid to wash your hair. So I know this is political, because some people will say that, you know, they're okay to not wash their hair for a month, 6 weeks, and it's fine. However, do not be afraid to wash your hair. So I tend to wash my hair every 2 weeks. Some people wash their hair weekly. Whatever works for you, but do not be afraid to make sure that you are cleansing your scalp. Your hair needs the water, your hair needs the moisture, guys. So make sure that you are cleansing your scalp. And if you're like someone who goes to the gym and you sweat out a lot, and it can be very hard to be washing your hair like 3-4 times a week, because that's stripping out moisture constantly, you know, make sure you co-wash as well. You can also co-wash in between as well. And when your natural hair is out, and my natural hair is going to be out very soon, stick to a routine. Moisturize your hair every couple of days. Do not leave it, because when I leave it, my hair goes crisp, it goes crunch, it goes like this. It can't even. So I have to make sure that I am moisturizing my hair a couple times a week. So I tend to, you know, put it into sections, moisturize it, twist it up, maybe do like 5-6 twists, seal in the moisture, put my silk scarf and go to bed. But I do that a couple of times a week. Don't get me wrong, sometimes we forget because life gets in the way. You know, some of us are really busy, but if you can remember, make sure you moisturize your hair a couple times a week. You know, do the lock method, liquid, oil. There's a process to moisturizing as well. Guys, can I just say, it requires discipline, it requires consistency, and it requires effort and time. I'm not going to deny that. You have to, you know, put in some kind of routine, because if you don't, then you're not going to see the results that you want. I'll be really honest. If you're inconsistent, if you're in and out, you know, if you're half-hearted about this process, then you're not going to see the results that you want. The reason why I saw the results is because I decided to be consistent. I decided to be disciplined. It's not easy. I don't have the time, but I just have to make the time because I want my hair to flourish. I want my hair to be shining. I want my hair to be bouncing. I want my curls to be, well, my kinks to be thriving. So yeah, it requires all of this. If you're not willing to, then you're not going to see the results that you want. I'm just going to be really honest. But other than that, that is it. These are the basic tips that I can give to you guys to help you with hair growth. So nothing too complex, because that's not what this video is about, and there's nothing really new to what I'm saying. So for those of you, you know your natural game, you know how to maintain your hair, maybe this can be a gentle reminder. There may be some things that you've kind of fallen off or you've forgotten about. It's even a gentle reminder to myself, because sometimes you get used to this, and when I take this out, I'm gonna have to start doing all these things again. And then for those who are just starting, or who are not sure, or who don't even know how to manage your hair, this video is also for you. So I hope this video was really helpful. Please comment below and let me know which tip was most useful to you. I would really love to know. But anyway guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.